Today on XYZ with Erik, Zachary, Jordan has ditched me. Producer Trace is stepping up to the plate today. We're talking new music, of course, XYZ fresh out. Whole bunch of stuff that came out that I feel like you might be into. Speaking of, Ed Sheeran has announced that new music, a whole new album and music videos are on the way.
Sweet.
Coldplay put out a music video today with Dick Van Dyke, a comedy and just acting legend for his 99th birthday. Speaking of birthdays, it's also Taylor Swift's birthdays.
Wow.
And speaking of Taylor Swift, she just became the most celebrated person at the Billboard Music Awards history of ever. 10 awards last night, but just ever since the beginning, she's the most decorated winner for a completely recorded award show that happened last night.
I knew you were going to throw that in there.
None of it was live. You know what is live? Us. XYZ with Erik, Zachary starts now. Friday the 13th in December has a weird vibe to it.
Definitely.
It's kind of like Christmas in July. Like, I guess the spooky connotations kind of still exist.
Do they?
Well, it's Taylor Swift's birthday today. I think that we're at a point where that supersedes the bigger Friday the 13th. I mean, there's not really spookiness to December. Christmas Carol, I guess.
Yeah.
Scrooge.
Krampus is scary.
Krampus is not something that's celebrated widely in the U.S., though.
Fair point.
Isn't that more of a German thing?
I think so. I'm thinking of scary things in December.
You just threw that out there with no background.
Yeah.
Producer Trace is filling in. Jordan is, I don't know where he is. Honestly, he called in today.
Really?
No, I think he's flying to Syracuse or something. But yeah, anyway, show's on Friday the 13th this year, but like it's really not spooky. It's just all about Taylor's birthday, and 12 Days to Christmas is officially as of today. XYZ fresh out. It's all brought to you by Straight Talk from Verizon. All this new music comes out every week. It's super hard to keep up with everything, so we run back some of the songs that we think you might be into, play some clips, see if you want to add them to your playlist for the weekend. First up, Laundry Day. It's called Damn Shame. Kind of that brooding, I don't know. Is she going to be there? Is he going to be there? Are they going to show up for the date? It's going to be a damn shame if not. That's not what the song's about, but that's what's reminded me of. Beth McCarthy, All My Friends Are Hot. That kind of reminds me of Vacation, All You Ever Wanted.
Oh, yeah.
Like, was it the Go-Go's back in the day?
I think so.
I got that vibe to it a little bit. A lot of music, by the way. We were going through all of this. Very dark and brooding.
It's December.
A lot
of
slow.
Sad.
Yeah, no one wants to put out the anthems in the middle of December. They're not trying to go against Queen Mariah.
Yes.
Then you've got Dutch Melrose and Benny Main. The song is called Karma.
Yeah, you can stay if you wanna stay, if you wanna play with my heart.
Right up my alley.
Yeah. Definitely that like alt rock pop vibe to it. Yeah. Again, that is called Karma, all caps. And then finally, the 10th anniversary of Banks, her album Goddess. So she put out an unplugged version today. One of my favorite songs, Begging for Thread. Whole re-release today, or I guess not re-release, like re-record, unplugged version of Goddess by Banks. Pretty much the album that put her on the map 10 years ago. That is out today as well. So a lot of good stuff, but just some clips that we think you might be into. If you want to run any of those back, you're like, wait, what was the name of that one? You can just see them all listed out in the episode description. Search XYZ with Erik, Zachary, wherever you get your audio on demand. XYZ Fresh Out. It's all brought to you by Straight Talk by Verizon. Ed Sheeran is not only already back with new music, he said he's returning to Big Pop. Big Pop. I assume that means more than like his, loop pedal that he's been using.
Okay, so he's going back to like Shape of You type stuff.
Yeah, he said, and his team shared that the untitled LP is already finished. It's already in the can. He's already filmed 2 music videos for it.
Wow.
Plans to film 2 more early next year. Which you don't film music videos unless you're ready to release them. So
you're absolutely done with it. Yeah.
I love that he's being so transparent. He's like, I'm going to do the opposite of Taylor or Beyonce or like all these little Easter eggs. He's like, here's the roadmap.
Yep.
You let me know when you're ready to stream music and we'll work together on this. Yeah, but new music from Ed Sheeran on the way. The world's top cuisine as voted by fans, at least according to Puberty's Instagram, which has millions of votes.
Okay.
Gordon Ramsay announced it. They just do this like you decide this or that type polls on the internet, and they said, "What's the best cuisine in the world?" Any guesses, Trace?
No.
Obviously, a lot of people said Italian. A lot of people said Mexican, but no.
Italian would be my
with
guess.
a 60% of the vote choice
Moroccan Cuisine. has
Moroccan
been crowned
Cuisine.
the champion.
That's according to Gordon Ramsay announced it too. Yeah, 60% versus 40% over Mexico.
No, that can't be right.
I'm not opposed to it. I just don't know what Moroccan cuisine.
Name one Moroccan dish.
I would imagine there's a lot of chicken.
Is it Mediterranean? This is
now you're
bordering ignorance. I don't know.
This is not bordering ignorance. This is ignorance.
I'm not trying to upset anybody. I'm genuinely what is Moroccan cuisine?
We'll let you study that. We'll come back to it. But
Epcot.
Moroccan cuisine is the winner. Did you just say Epcot?
Yeah.
The Billboard Music Awards 2024 edition went down last night, or at least they were televised last night. Much of the show was pre-recorded, including the acceptance speeches.
Someone put me up a double shot of whiskey.
Shabuzi, who kicked off the entire evening with a bar song. Obviously a huge year for that song. He performed it in a W Hotel lobby.
Why not a bar?
I mean, it was the bar at the lobby.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Still,
that makes sense.
the whole show seemed very piecemealed together, and I don't know. I'm not going to shade Billboard. I mean, the production value was still there, but most of the performances were clearly filmed at the respective artist concerts. Like Jelly Roll's performance was clearly from his tour,
right?
And they either did a secondary performance or they just filmed it during their concert.
Seems like a cop-out.
It's definitely a budget-saving measure, I'm sure. It seemed very COVID-19-esque.
Yeah.
Because no one was in the same room as each other. So it didn't have that award show feel. It was more of a variety show.
Okay.
Taylor Swift, the big winner of the night. 10 awards in total.
I just wanted to say hi and thank you. Thank you to the Billboard Awards. Thank you to the fans, because Billboard is counting your stuff. They're counting what you listen to, the albums that you're passionate about.
Yeah, she likened it to being a fan-driven award.
Okay.
Even though Billboard's
Nice.
technically the authority on music and whatnot, but she always brings it back to the fans. Very smart.
Very
10
smart.
artists in total, including top artists, top female artists, top Billboard 200 artists.
Wow.
Top 100 songwriter.
All those awards.
All those awards. She's now the most celebrated artist in Billboard Music Award history.
Good for her.
Chapel Roan winning Best New Artist, and she had some words.
This has taken a long time to be a new artist, but it's awesome to be recognized.
A little bit of shade.
Yeah,
just a little
just
bit.
a tiny bit.
Congratulations to her. Obviously, she had a massive year. And then Teddy Swims winning I want to get this right, the Billboard Hot 100 #1 song of the year with Lose Control.
Nailed it.
That's his quote-unquote live performance. I don't think any of these performances were live, but they were good and they're enjoyable. The whole show went down. It broadcast on Fox last night. You can already stream it on Hulu now, a.k.a. find it on YouTube if you
Nice.
want as well. Beyonce got her first country recognition, I should say. She won top country album with Cowboy Carter.
Cowboy Carter?
Yes.
Good for her. It's about time.
If this award has taught me anything, it's how weak my wrists are.
Noah Khan.
I'm developing carpal tunnel as we speak.
Top rock album. Yeah, some genre bending here.
Okay.
But that's a video of him cheekily holding up the award in one hand, and it's clearly heavy. These awards are massive, and he's like, yeah, I don't have strong wrists. It was fun. I do like that virtually all of the big names were still a part of it, because it wasn't a matter of them attending. It was just pre-filmed accepted speeches and performances. Stray Kids had a bunch of performances. Sabrina Carpenter got snubbed on all 4 nominations that she had.
Whoops.
But she's getting other wins. She's got the bigger awards coming to her. Billboard Music Awards. This is their full recap as part of our XYZ Artist Spotlight today, kind of spotlighting the whole award show. It's all brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Round out your protection with life, phone, and pet health insurance. Mom's Hot Take. It's all brought to you by T-Mobile on XYZ with Erik, Zachary, and my mom joining the show to provide her perspective on what's trending in pop culture, or more specifically and more accurately, what she saw on TikTok. I decided I have things to say to an audience of 1.
No, I
About
have
this.
79 TikTokers.
79 TikTokers. That's very specific.
However, I also want to go into my Instagram because I'm so close to 300. Please push me to 300. I only need 13
You're using me as a
more.
platform to get followers.
You're
Okay.
plugging.
Yes. At Mom's Hot Take. Yes, I can't believe we got that handle. But at Mom's Hot Take, if you would like to follow her and keep the takes going well beyond what you're about to hear. Mom, today you said you wanted to talk about holiday Christmas films.
Okay, I adore Hallmark films, but this is what happens every year. My take is they draw you in. You don't want to watch, you don't want to watch, I don't watch. I catch one and I keep watching.
And then you're in, yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. What is the magic that
They're
is
so
out
bad
there.
they're good. It's reality television. I mean,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
you know, it's a predictable plot line, but they do it in a very masterful way where they're going to make it so predictable that you want to watch just to see if you're right.
Yeah, that's
know,
actually
Is that it?
that's
That's
the
really
science
what it
behind
is.
it. Am I
Yeah.
smarter than this Hallmark movie?
Right. And I mean, like, I will say Netflix, some of the ones I've seen lately, they play into it. Like, they know it's bad and they even make jokes about it being bad, like kind of break the fourth wall in the films.
Very cheesy.
Yeah.
This has turned into such a thing every year. I'm like, nope. I know better. I like movies that have, intelligence behind them. And then I'm in the.
She's watching Minority Report for Christmas.
No, stop it.
Intelligence.
And then I also like all of a sudden turn around. I'm like, she's making cookies and she's falling in love. Oh my God, my heart.
With one of the cookies who becomes a person in this small town. She's a lawyer from the city and she's
Bottom of the
moved to sell
barrel.
Christmas trees.
I watched one last night. It was very cute, very cute. Laura Bell Bundy was in it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Again, you're getting some names now in these holiday movies. Like it used to
I
just
like
be,
Laura Bell Bundy. I don't know if she's a name. She was a Broadway star that played
Oh, okay.
Elle Woods
Yeah.
in Legally
All right.
Blonde, and she's had her own music career and whatnot. But
I think I kind of look like her.
okay, because you're blonde. My point being, like, Laura Bell Bundy isn't starring like in Paramount's next major summer blockbuster.
Yeah.
I think she's perfectly fit for these Hallmark or Netflix.
Doesn't
films.
Lacey Chavert have
Lacey
like
Chavert,
a
she's-
stranglehold? She's in one a
She's
year
like the
at
new
least?
one. Oh, she's in like 3. Yeah,
A year? Yeah.
Yeah, Lindsay Lohan, all of them. Mom, do you remember like the first cheesy holiday film you saw? 'Cause I remember-
Cheesy one?
Yeah, like growing up, like Miracle on 34th Street, or
You know,
even
the
more modernly, like the Santa Claus, Home Alone, whatever it may be, like Polar Express. Those were always very well put together,
Yeah.
heartfelt holiday films. Like, when do you remember? Because Lifetime was first, I think. Who
Lifetime was first. Yeah.
What do you remember? Like the first cheesy holiday film where you're like, this is terrible.
I really don't, because they all kind of like mirror together.
They all
I know I'm
blend
not giving you
together,
what
yeah.
you want.
It's just one
but they do.
storyline.
No, it's just I don't. There's a couple that stand out when I rewatch them. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, that's how memory works.
Okay, smart ass. I do have my top 3 pick this year though for my favorite Christmas
Yeah,
movies.
hit us.
Okay, so is this the rom-com ones or do you want the real ones?
We're running low on time. Please just name a movie.
Miracle on 34th Street, White Christmas, Elf.
Oh, so
And
all
a
your
new one-
classics. Okay.
Yeah, and Surviving Christmas with Ben Affleck. If anyone has not seen that, and Christina Applegate, Catherine O'Hara, James Gandolfini, funny as all get out.
Okay.
Surviving Christmas.
Surviving Christmas.
Never heard of that one.
I'll end with this, Mom. I know that you recently retired. Congratulations for that from the aviation industry.
Thank you.
But you are looking to jumpstart your acting career. Would you act in a Netflix or Lifetime holiday film?
Oh, sign me up.
Okay,
Now
she's
I'll
in.
do it for free.
Oh, don't say that part.
Don't say
I'm
that.
your manager.
Cut
I'm
that.
taking 10%, and I don't want 10% of nothing. Mom's Hot Take. It's all brought to you by T-Mobile. Head to T-Mobile.com to get a great deal on an iPhone 16 Pro. A collab between Coldplay and Dick Van Dyke, the legendary actor, singer, dancer, performer. That was a household name in my home, teaching me about comedy writing. His show, The Dick Van Dyke Show. He was in Mary Poppins, celebrating his 99th birthday in this Coldplay music video.
You've got all my love, whether it rains.
For their song All My Love off of their album Moon Music that came out in October. Quite literally Dick Van Dyke walking down memory lane. It's filmed in his backyard. Apparently him and Chris Martin of Coldplay are neighbors, and you see him kind of remembering, and then they cut to these performances that he did from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and then he's recreating those dance moves now at 99 years of age.
Still moving very well.
Very, very well. Today is his birthday, too. So congratulations and happy birthday to Mr. Van Dyke.
Oh, yeah.
And to Coldplay. This is a collab that's it's heartfelt and it's meaningful. And if you just want to smile today, I highly suggest you check it out, whether you're a fan of Dick Van Dyke or Coldplay or not. All My Love, the music video is out now. Hot Ones, the hot chicken wing interview show, has just sold for $82 million.
Wow.
Yeah, BuzzFeed, the owner of it, it was formerly owned by Complex Group, and then I think BuzzFeed bought Complex. And now, anyway, Sean Evans, among The show's creator, Chris Schoenberger, and a couple other people have purchased the show and its entirety IP from BuzzFeed, so they own it now.
Okay, so Sean Evans didn't make $82 million.
Well, I mean, he probably made a decent amount of money, but no, he's also paying to have ownership over this show.
Got it. Okay, I read that wrong.
Among other people, it's not like he, out of his pocket, was like, here's $82 million.
That would be impressive.
That's kind of how they wrote the headline. No, he's also joined by Crooked Media, which is Jon Favreau's company.
Okay.
Also, the Soros Fund Management Group.
As in?
George Soros, the billionaire.
The billionaire.
Yeah.
Cool.
So a lot of people at the table here to make that cash deal happen, but now it's fully in the ownership and direction of, the people who are making the show, which is cool.
All right.
But yeah, shout out to Sean Evans. Fun fact, I got a little fun story about Sean. So Sean and I, both from Chicago, we both auditioned for an MTV show together. I actually ended up getting the show. He did not, but
Well.
no, here's he came out on top here, trust me, because he just did an $82 million deal. I did not. I remember during the interview, this was pretty early on to Hot Ones, and Hot Ones wasn't what it is now. And he was like, yeah, I'm doing this show where it's kind of a gimmick. You eat chicken wings and you interview people. And I was like, I don't get it. I remember talking to him and being like, so what's the point of it? And he's like, it's just a lot of chicken, man. And obviously, he's gone on to do incredible things with the brand. Of
course, yeah.
But this is, a couple of years ago before it is what it is now.
Yeah.
But he came out on top here. So
I still don't know how he eats all
the
hot
wings.
every
he does
single
it too.
time. Yeah.
I mean, he's been asked several times if he cheats it. He doesn't.
No.
Yeah. So here's to many more years of spicy chicken wings.
Finally paid off.
And that money all going into his and the other creators' pockets.
Gastrointestinal fund.
Dumb of the day on XYZ with Erik, Zachary. It's all brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people. I'm giving a conditional dumb to Morgan Wallen.
Oh, okay.
Morgan Wallen conditionally pled guilty to the whole chair throwing incident. If you don't know, a couple months ago, he was on the roof of a Nashville bar, very enraged by news, reportedly, took a chair, threw it off a roof, and it almost hit two cops on the street. Luckily, it did not. But he was facing felony charges.
Yeah.
For reckless endangerment.
Yeah.
But those charges were lessened because of this conditional plea. The court said that he's been working with authorities throughout the entire investigation. I don't know how much of an investigation. You picked up a chair and threw it Donkey Kong style off a roof. But yeah, so he's facing 7 days incarceration at a DUI education center. Now,
he is incarcerated.
There's not a lot of clarity. I'm pretty sure this is like an expedited rehab program.
Okay.
But it sounds like he's going to be staying there for 7 days.
Interesting. A DUI class, right?
Considering what he was facing, yeah, I think it's like 12-hour or 14-hour classes every day, but it's not to be confused with a rehab Alcohol Anonymous situation.
Got it.
This is like how to handle yourself better. Then also probation. So that's where the conditional end of it comes in, because if he messes up his probation in the next 2 years, then he can be in a lot more trouble. But if he doesn't, all of this can be expunged from his record.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Not that he cares, but
no, I mean, like, is 7 days long enough to write an album about being in prison?
Oh man.
Because that's coming, right? Like, he's got to have Johnny Cash.
Yeah, putting apart. Also, the DUI center thing throws me around. There was at no point was there a vehicle involved in this,
right?
In terms of like him operating machinery drunk. So
yeah, maybe that's where
that would make it a little more serious. Again, just the dumb of the day going to Morgan. Don't do it. You're very lucky you didn't hurt someone.
Sure.
He's showed nothing but remorse. He owned up to it. So as much as I want to make fun of the guy, like, I've probably done equally, allegedly, bad things. Allegedly.
Can I give a bonus, dumb?
Sure.
To the courthouse for making it pay $350 in court fees?
Yeah. I mean, I guess you can't really inflate the court fees because he's rich and famous, but
right, but also
if Uber can charge me more because I'm, it's raining outside, I feel like you can charge a country star a little bit more.
Just a bit.
Like, why is he paying the same court fees I am for my parking ticket?
Yeah, my flight down to Florida costs more.
Yeah. Conditional dumb of the day going to Morgan Wallen, but he pled guilty and he's doing his time.
On the right track.
It's 7 days. Celebrity chef Giada De Laurentiis is shaking up the internet after sharing a video of her eating chocolate pasta. She said it's something she's had since she was a kid. This is actual pasta.
Oh.
She boils, cooks, and then adds chocolate to. She said her mom did it with Nutella. She does it with like a hazelnut chocolate cream.
Listen, Giada can do no wrong in my book.
This is so messy. I don't like mixing foods. So that's my thing, right? Like, I'm already not going to, this isn't targeted toward me, and I don't like desserts. So,
sure.
Taking all of that out of it, I can maybe understand how this might, I mean, it's essentially like a chocolate-covered breadstick, just wet.
Ew. When you put it like that, no,
That's not
I
the
don't
best
like
way to
that.
describe
No.
it. What's the most curious mixed food menu item that you like?
I used to do when I was like in a protein phase. I did like peanut butter, toast, and eggs and cheese on top.
In
Like
one smoothie?
No, not a smoothie. Like on top of each other, but you eat it all as one bite.
No.
Yeah.
Like
What about you?
nothing. I don't mix foods.
At all.
No.
You don't even let the food touch in Thanksgiving. Do
No,
you?
I'll let ice go into a drink, but if it starts to melt, I got to get a new drink.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
really?
XYZ with Erik Zachary. Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You has officially hit 2 billion streams on Spotify, becoming the first holiday theme song to ever do so.
Your favorite song of all time, right?
Yeah, my very favorite. It's on repeat. 1994 hit. Obviously, it sets records every single year.
Sure.
I'm very intentionally choosing to talk about this on the show today because Jordan's out. Now, if you don't know, Jordan's the biggest Mariah Carey fan. He has several, plural, Mariah Carey shirts that he wears.
Yep.
And I really don't have an issue with Mariah Carey. I just do when he likes her.
Yeah, of course.
It's performative to
Yes.
upset him. He even yesterday was like, I really don't think you have an issue with her. I'm like, no, I like Mariah Carey's music. I just like upsetting you more.
When the red button is on.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, congratulations to Mariah. She's also, if you missed it, opening up for Beyonce.
That's going to make him so mad.
At the Christmas NFL game on Netflix. She's opening it up before the game.
Sure.
Between the Steelers and the Chiefs. And then Beyonce is doing, the main show, the halftime show.
This whole break is just to mess with Jordan.
XYZ with Erik Zachary. Don't take days off, bro. End of the show. XYZ with Erik Zachary. One more time, Jordan is not here, so a round of applause for producer Trace.
Thank you.
Stepping
Appreciate it.
up and
Thank
leaving his Starbucks cup in his frame.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
straight
that's probably
Game of Thrones
the
style,
old-
man.
That's the whole show,
breaking the fourth
probably.
wall. I don't know. I mean,
They know we're caffeinated.
I'm not. I have a Red Bull.
You have a Red Bull.
I had a Red Bull.
That is caffeine.
That's why I'm moving very fast right now. Jordan stepped out to go do some house renovations. His
that's where he's
his
going.
childhood home in Syracuse, New York, which I still don't believe is a real place. We just hear him talk about it all the time.
I've seen photos, but I don't know if they're real
Never
or
been
not.
invited. I don't
Nope.
think it's real. I think it's Oz. Did want to tell you a quick story.
Okay.
I got bullied on the train this morning.
Do tell.
I had a man say, "Get out the way, Arthur," because of my yellow sweater. And I was on the phone, not as if I would have done anything about it anyway. I don't exactly pick fights.
Oh, man.
When I don't have the protection of my friends who are much stronger around me. But yeah, I looked back
He
at
calls
him
you Arthur.
and I was on the phone with my mom and she goes, "Are they talking to you?" And then I got bullied twice. So hopefully your Friday's off to a better start than mine. Happy weekend. We appreciate you listening. Oh, one more time. Producer Trace, his band Sonic Motel, they played our XYZ Live a couple nights ago. You can see clips from that coming up on XYZ Content. And speaking of which, you have a new single out today.
Yes,
yesterday,
I do. Today it came out earlier this week. It's called Crazy. You can stream it wherever you get your music.
Wherever you're listening to us right
Yes,
now. Just
yes.
search Crazy by Sonic Motel. We'll see you next week. Bye. Hey, thanks for watching XYZ with Erik Zachary. And yes, I said watching because if you're listening right now, that's okay too. We love YouTube. But also the entire video podcast is available on Spotify. Spotify has video. A lot of people don't know that. You can search us for free. You don't need a membership or anything. Just search XYZ with Erik Zachary. Now, the show is also a radio broadcast show that airs in 34 different cities in conjunction with our partnership with Skyview Networks. If you want to see a full list of our affiliates, go to xyzwitheasy.com. This week of XYZ with Erik Zachary is brought to you in part by our friends at Optima Tax Relief, Straight Talk from Verizon, O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people, and T-Mobile. XYZ with Erik Zachary is hosted and created by myself, Erik Zachary. It is co-hosted and executive produced by Jordan Foster, produced by Trace Hamilton, Giancarlo Fazek, and Mom's Hot Take correspondent, Virginia Zachary.